Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the cafe, the courthouse, the cafe. It's the combination courthouse cafe. Combination KFC Taco Bell ain't got nothing on this. Anyway, I hope you are all doing fantastic tonight. Why is the game not sounding? The game is not sounding because why? That doesn't seem correct. Okay. Let's turn it off and turn it back on again. Let's see how that works. That usually does something. Turning it off and back on again. Do 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 do. In the void. Hanging out in the dark. Did any of y'all catch the Stardew Valley Symphony of Seasons live stream? Baller as hell. There we go. The sound looks like it's sounding again. Alrighty. Today we're gonna start the fourth case. Episode 4, Turnabout Beginnings. From the picture we saw, I think we saw a baby Edgeworth. By baby, I mean probably just younger at the beginning of his career. Let's go see what it's all about. I assume Mia's gonna be there too. Pretty sure she was in the picture thing too. The girl, let her go. Shut up. Come closer. And I kill her. Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. Hello, Phoenix. I'm reading through the file of an old court case. It was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey. Also, Phoenix, why are you in the hospital? Fugitive data. Name, Harry Falls. Charge, kidnapping, murder. Sentence, death penalty. Fugitive movements. After escaping, Falls met with and then murdered Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Recaptured on Eagle Mountain about 8 hours after his escape. Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. That was a whole year before Mia and I ever met. Six years earlier, Mia Fey, first trial. February 16th, 9:24 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 4. We're only 10 or 11 days too late for this. Ugh, I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm going to die. I never should have accepted this case. Oh, hi, buddy. Oh, Mia, why are you shrieking? He doesn't look that bad. He looks kind of like a kicked puppy. Like he's got these sad puppy dog eyes. I don't know. I have no idea what kind of voice to give this guy. Ah! Good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Mia. I didn't do nothing, I swear. I didn't kill nobody. Harry Falls, my first client. Sentenced to death 5 years ago, and now a prison escapee. Just relax, Mia. Make small talk and try to relax him. So why did you escape anyway? I'm sorry. Sir, I don't think you should be trying to get that. This isn't, Ed, Ed, and Eddie, and that's not a jawbreaker. Well, I mean, it is a jawbreaker, but not the way you seem to want it to be. I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie. I didn't escape from nowhere. But Mr. Falls, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago. Sorry, I told a little lie. Oh. Ah. Oh boy. But anyway, I didn't do it. I never killed nobody. Sorry for asking, but you're on death row, right? I'm really, really sorry. They sentenced me to die 5 years ago, but I was tricked, I tell you. That woman, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. I swear it, I didn't kill her. I could never do that. 2 days ago, he escaped from the police wagon when it crashed. Then, about 8 hours later, a policewoman was murdered before the police could recapture him. The police believe that Terry Falls did it. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman? Yeah, I did. She's the reason I escaped. That much is true. You did meet with the victim. But I didn't kill her. She was alive when I left. She was alive. It's true. I can trust him, right? I mean, I should. Ha. Well, we only know one guy who talks like this. Wait a minute, you're not him. Who are you? Who is this guy? I mean, he's easy on the eyes. I mean, I don't know. I've only got one relatively suave-ass guy voice, so I guess this guy's getting it too. Oh, hang on. I really need to hydrate before I get into this. You're not gonna figure out the truth just by staring at the guy. Why are you here? I came to see how our little kitten was doing all alone in the big, scary lion's den. Oh, now I like you even less. Stop talking. Let me just look at you. I thought maybe you'd like someone to play with. Is that a euphemism? Where's Mr. Grossberg? Huh. That old man is probably still in bed. I bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. Desk says, I'm missing out on Resident Evil Requiem. Oh no. Noah says, he looks familiar. Can't put my finger on it. I can't either. I don't have hand tracking. Aren't I good enough? After all, it's me, Diego Armando. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. Let's meet the new guy. I didn't say. So, Diego Armando, the finest attorney at Grossberg Law Offices, is here for me? No. You got it all wrong. Today, you're the finest. Sir, you're definitely hitting on me. I mean, you could motorboat him. I could. I very well could. I don't know, but this big old text box is in the way. That's gonna stall out my motorboat. It's gonna, instead of being, it'll be more like hip, bit, 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 bit. Well, if he's gonna be on, like, at the bench with us, maybe we'll get a nice side view. Then we'll really see how caked up he is. Anyway. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine an escaped death row convict for a first client. Yeah, thanks. Sure wish I could get out of it, though. Huh. Relax. I just heard some good news. Prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well. Well, okay, I was thinking about doing it now, but I'm not gonna do it while you're talking about diapers. Really? However, unlike a certain somebody who I won't mention, he's earned the reputation as a genius since beginning his law career. Genius? Well, it's about time to head in, kitten. First, we have to do something very important. I need this for good luck and for my sanity. It's time to give the people, by the people I mean me, what they want. Come here. Come here. feel better now. Sir, I don't even care if you did it. I'm gonna better call Saul this, and I'm gonna get you acquitted. Also, I motorboated so hard my headphones almost fell off, so I need a sec to fix that. Hat back on. Headphones back on so I can hear the good-ass music. Ready. Looks like we're good to go. Sharpen those claws ears. It's go time. Desk says, I'm sure you can hear your goofy ass husband laughing like a hyena. Is that what that was? I heard something when I took my headphones off, and I vaguely thought that was it, but I wasn't sure. Mostly I'm just glad you're okay. A solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place. And that's what my client ran away from. Every other lawyer gave up on him, but not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple, childlike voice, I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. February 16th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 4. Hey, wait a minute, you don't look like my judge. You're not my judge! Who are you? Oh, are you that vaguely Canadian-sounding guy that we walked in on in the other, like, 2 cases ago? I think it is. I'm gonna assume it is. Fuck, how do I do a stereotypical Canadian accent? See here, we're gonna go down to the Timmy's and have a Donnybrook. Give me a double-double and some bits. Okay, that works. I got it. Court's now in session for the trial at Terry Falls. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. There he is. It's a baby! And for those of you who have been here for a while, those sharp-eyed viewers, you may recognize this jacket from the first game, the 5th case. It was framed up on his wall, but he's wearing it here. Maybe he has it framed since it's his first case. I understand the lawyers for both sides are newcomers. Yes, Your Honor. I'm Mia Fey. Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. You're the new prosecutor everyone's talking about, eh? Oh, he even says it, eh? They say you joined the prosecutor's office at quite an early age. At 20, Your Honor. I guess our little kitten hasn't earned herself much of a reputation yet, huh? Come on, Mia. You can't lose. Not to someone younger than you. Young people running a trial. Not too sure how I feel about that. Well, nobody asked you how you feel. You know what, before we get too much further, let's see what we've got. Look at my badge. Proof of my profession. It's brand new and sparkles in the light. Valerie's autopsy report. Stabbed with a knife in the back. Died from blood loss between 4 and 5 p.m. Terry Falls, age 25. My client, sentenced to death 5 years ago, escaped from custody 2 days ago. So he was only 20 when they sentenced him to death? Damn. Valerie Hawthorne, age 23. Police officer and the victim. Key witness in the case against Falls 5 years ago. Diego Armando, age 27. Hotshot lawyer, my senior and rival at the office. A bit smug. Miles Edgeworth, age 20. Dubbed a genius as soon as he started as a prosecutor. Today is his court debut. Okay then. Now then, the defendant in this case is currently a felon on death row. 2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon. Is that correct? Precisely. But the defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. On the day that the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered. So we're here to determine if Mr. Falls was responsible for her death? You got it, kitten. Well then, Mr. Edgeworth, let's hear your opening statement. Yes, Your Honor. It was 5 years ago. The defendant, Terry Falls, was sentenced to death in this very court. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The girl he threw off the bridge was only 14 years old. Truly horrible crime, but I remember it well. Well, you're already miles ahead of the other judge because he'd been like, my word, somebody was thrown off a bridge. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted. Correct. But in the end, what finally decided the case was a certain witness's testimony. A witness's testimony. The testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. She arrested Mr. Falls at the scene and later testified against him. She said she witnessed Mr. Falls throw his young victim into the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in the river are never recovered. Miss Hawthorne's testimony was the one that put him away. That policewoman you just mentioned, that wouldn't be exactly the victim. Same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Look at his smug baby face. Put that down, boy. You don't deserve to be that smug. Aha! I see. The man who was sentenced to death based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago. The only one thing on his mind, take revenge against the woman who convicted him. Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now. Zvari, the truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me, eh? Huh? Yes, yes. Quite obvious that the defendant is guilty. Bro! No! That's not how that works. Wait a minute, that's not right. At least hear the case before you decide on the outcome, Your Honor. Watch yourself, Miss Faye. I'm not sure I care for your word choice or your tone of voice. Oh, don't you wiggle that finger at me. Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders. I'm older than you! Shut up! You're even younger than me, you hypocrite! Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, please call your first witness. I call the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of this case. I wonder who it could be. Hey, buddy. Wait, your coat's different. Do you just never wash it and that's why it's green in the modern day? That's kind of gross. Maybe that's an implication that maybe I'm just making bad assumptions based on what we think of his habits. That's my bad. You know what, Gumshoe? I'm sorry. You deserve a nice coat like that. Witness, state your name and occupation. Gumshoe, Dick Gumshoe. I'm the homicide in charge of the... I'm the homicide detective in charge of the case, sir. Finally got promoted to the detective division half a year ago. I don't believe anyone asked you about that. Hey, ma'am, you got any idea how much work she takes? What is it? You're really gorgeous. Gumshoe, please! Excuse me? No, seriously. My heart, it's aching for you. Gumshoe, this is a Wendy's! This is a courtroom! It's the combination courtroom Wendy's! Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional. Otherwise, I'll write you up on contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache. Okay, I got it. Now, detective, tell us about the incident. Yes, sir, right away. The victim was Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, a defendant, Jesus Christ, a veteran on the police force. She was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss. That much is already stated in the autopsy report. Wow, this judge actually reads the autopsy report. Holy shit. I don't care if I gotta do a very bad Canadian-esque accent. Can I keep this one? I like this one. This one actually pays attention and isn't fucking dementia-riddled. Sorry, Judge, but it's probably true. Never mind, maybe I wanted to double check something. No, yeah, that tracks. 6 years ago, Gumshoe was only 26. Homicide detective in charge of the initial investigation. Still new to his position. Okay, so she must have really wanted to be a cop because she was like 18 when the first part of this case happened. Holy shit. Anyway. Court would like to hear more details about the incident itself.
Yes, sir. I gotcha. Okay, let's take a look at this aerial map of the area here. This is a sketch of Dusky Bridge, an old suspension bridge. And the river that runs under there is Eagle River. The victim and the defendant met there, on top of the bridge. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car. He was recaptured at a police checkpoint as he was trying to make his getaway, sir.
I see. Okay, excuse me, I already have a problem with that. If he was getting chased and trying to run away from the police, wouldn't he have been on the other side of the bridge in the first place? That just didn't look correct to me. Dusky Bridge map added to the court record. Was the victim's blood found on the bridge? I don't know, was it? Let me look at this map. Bridge located 40 feet above Eagle River. Of course, it's not going to show the little things, but I'm pretty sure it had the victim on this side of the bridge, and then the killer on this side of the bridge. But if he was running away and, you know, being chased, wouldn't he have been over here first? I'm pressing X to cast suspicion.
The victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge.
I mean, it is February. If this happened... This happened on fucking Valentine's Day? Damn! Mr. Edgeworth, I warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there was no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they even met there. I like this guy. He has a brain. He has at least one brain cell that kind of actually seems to be working. Holy shit. Your Honor. You shake your head at me. If you would listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you will be convinced. Oh yes, the Right, the testimony you prepared. The testimony you specifically prepared to sway the judge to your decision, despite what the facts and evidence may say. That testimony? Yes, that testimony. We'll be right back. A testimony? He's supposed to be dead! Yeah, weird. Alrighty, we're back, yay! Got myself a double-double and some Timbits. We're ready to keep going. That's a lie. It's not a double-double. It's a smoothie that I made like 2 days ago. Anyway, the two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Not sure. I like you wagging your finger at me as though I were some hoser. Oh my god, he is so Canadian! Saying A and calling me a hoser and shit? Well, calling Edgeworth a hoser. Or saying, oh my god. The point being, he actually fucking said it. Oh my god. I really like I like this Canadian judge. He has a brain and is giving baby Edgeworth the sass. Detective, proceed with your testimony.
Yes, sir.
Here we go, Mia. Hang on. Okay, now listen carefully, kitten. One little mistake and this guy will drink you for morning tea. Trust me and get ready. What, do you think Edgeworth is a tea guy? I mean, we know he is, but you really calling him out? Right in front of the Canadian judge and everything? I bet the Canadian judge probably drinks his coffee with maple syrup. Which, so valid of him.
On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Falls. That's where she was brutally murdered, sir. The criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls was arrested at a police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain.
Not sure I'm not too sure I care for whatever part of the testimony he's about to complain about. Well, you certainly haven't established the importance of the bridge. Naturally. Now would the defense please hurry up and proceed with the cross-examination? Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination, coming right up. What, you hoser, you got a hockey game to watch or something? Calm down. Hey, settle down there, kitten. Keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my coffee. I'm not trembling. It's just cold in here. Courtroom can be a cold battlefield, alright. Especially for a beginner. Desk says, that's fucking Godot, isn't it? No! This is Diego Armando. He's completely different. For one thing, his shirt is red, and his hair is brown, and he doesn't have a Cyclops visor on his face. Totally different. I don't need you to worry about me. I mean the defendant, the witness, everyone's a beginner in here. Ha, you got me there. Maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you've got, kitten. Okay, Mia, stay calm. Just remember those court procedure videos you stayed up all night last night watching. Damn it, Mia! Okay. Unknown person phoned the sergeant. Okay, do you want to tell me who that was? Do you know? This unknown person. You have no idea who it might be, right?
Sorry, but I'm afraid I do.
What?
The one who called Sergeant Hawthorne was the defendant, Terry Falls.
Damn it. What? Defendant? The defendant called her?
Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls.
A note?
Yeah, top secret memo she left in her desk.
Victim's note added to the court record. Confidential police materials written by the victim. Quiet you. February 14th, 1:21 p.m. Falls, 4:30 p.m. at that bridge. Wear white scarf for identification. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Dahlia, huh? You know, I had a suspicion based on that Hawthorne name. Now I have more than a suspicion. Anyway. According to this note, it seems the one who called her to the bridge was indeed the defendant, Harry Falls. Whose bright idea was it to keep that note from me? Huh. Looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Shut up. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer. Shut up! It's that detective's fault. He's the one that said unknown person. Yeah, I wonder who told him to say it like that.
Hey, now don't make that face at me. I just said it that way because the prosecutor told me to.
Was that a trap? That cute face, I didn't expect him to be so sneaky. Mia thinks he's cute. That's funny. Dusky Bridge at the time, met with him where she was brutally murdered. Criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make her get away. Okay, I get that he, like, escaped from a police wagon and stuff, but where did he get a car? You gonna tell me that was stolen or some shit? Mr. Falls had a car then.
Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, ma'am. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right?
What? You mean the defendant drove his own car? Hang on. I doubt the map is actually good. No. The map is showing us. There's only one car here. Are they saying that this is like one that was left at the top of the mountain? Or like right before the bridge and that he drove the other one down? Is that what I'm missing?
No, of course not. It was stolen.
Damn it.
Stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light.
Car thieves. I'm not sure how I feel about car thieves. He may not be sure how he feels about things, but at least he has a brain. This guy's sure about how he feels about anything? He probably has one hockey team he really likes there.
This is a photo of the stolen car's trunk. Naturally, that's the body of Valerie Hawthorne in there.
Okay, quick sidebar. Why does it look like the lock was beaten open? If he stole the car and he had the keys, why didn't he just use them? Not too sure how I feel about this. Also, another question I have. She was stabbed in the back. Is she, like, being propped up on the knife and that's why there's not blood just gushing everywhere? Wait, hang on. Wear white scarf for identification. Is she wearing a scarf? I don't think she is. Yeah, it doesn't look like she's wearing any kind of a scarf. Whoa, that doesn't look too comfortable. Crime photo added to the court record. Victim, she was stabbed in the back, correct?
Yeah.
Huh. For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back. Shut up. We're talking about a woman here.
Can't tell from this photo, but the knife was stuck in her back nice and firm.
Condition of the body when it was discovered is very important information. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car?
Here's a photo of the trunk. I don't see anything strange. Do you?
Well, we're not given the option to point at anything. Because that would be my first guess, was to point at the lock. But I think maybe it's not the photo, the note. She's not wearing the scarf. Witness! What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye? I'm sorry. I totally forgot what I was going to say. This is the first time I've ever had to actually address someone like that. Ugh, should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. Say that little kitten want a piece of my... Excuse me? Sir! This is a Wendy's! It's a courtroom! It's the combination courtroom at Wendy's! Stop offering me coffee candy in court! Sir! You should have offered it before we started. Then we could actually, set something up. Hello? Anyway? Candy? Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee. Ugh. Come on, Mia. Shake it off. You're a lawyer. Detective?
Yes, ma'am.
This photo... You said that there was nothing peculiar about it. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Well then, I suggest you take another look at the note written by the victim.
Nope.
It very clearly says, wear white scarf for identification. It does. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like, thus the special request. Well, yeah, he was in jail for 5 years, so maybe he didn't exactly remember what she looked like. Especially if he was in, solitary.
I
have one very simple question for you, Detective. Where is the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo.
Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am.
And you stopped there? You should have looked for it. Tyler told her to wear it to identify herself, so I expect she did just that. Thank you. Thank you very much, Canadian judge. Not too sure how I feel about general wishy-washiness. I like this. Also, thank you for clipping that desk. I look forward to rewatching it later. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this? Let's see. The defense is a little lacking. Huh? The scarf you are searching so desperately for. Is it this one, perchance? Sir, that is blue. We're not doing this nonsense. That's blue. That's not white. You want white? Look at your stupid fucking jabbit. Or your cravat, as the series so incorrectly calls it. That's blue. Bitches love blue.
Where did you find that, sir?
On Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation.
Why? Why didn't you tell me?
I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. You carry a satchel? May I see it? It's the safest place I know. That hotshot sure is a flair for the dramatic. Not exactly white as the caller requested, but as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for. No, the fuck it's not! That bitch is blue! Looks like it spent some time in the mud. Not surprising, it was drizzling on the mountain that day. Prosecutor Edgeworth, he was intentionally hiding that scarf the whole time. The court will accept the scarf into evidence. Worn by the victim at the time of the incident, found on Dusky Bridge. Now, if the attorney for the defense is finished embarrassing herself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is all right with you, isn't it, Miss Faye? Boy, would I like to wrap this scarf around his smarmy little neck. Very good. Now, if we're done here with this mud-covered scarf business, prosecution moves to establish conclusively and with hard evidence that Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Falls did indeed meet on the bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there. That sounds quite promising. I can't wait to hear all about it. Everything is moving at his whim. Don't forget, kitten. There's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius. Genius, huh? I now understand why the fandom calls him Bratworth. Yes, this is Bratworth.
Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. Shows the Vic wearing the scarf, sir. It was drizzling that day, unfortunately. It's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. That must have been when the scarf fell off.
Looking at this photo, really get the sense that this bridge is very high up. It is about a 40-foot drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below. Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway? Let's just say that it was a well-intentioned third party. Is that what we're calling it? Aha! A potential witness. Why isn't this person in the courtroom?
Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify.
The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Delicate, huh? Besides, as long as we have this photo, we see no reason to compel them to testify. Not sure how I feel about that. Witness's photo added to the court record. So, as you can see, Tarry Falls had both the motive and the opportunity. I think it's quite clear at that point what happened on that bridge. Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now. Zvari, the truth is once again being elegantly revealed to me. Huh? Yes, it's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty. Not again. That's not fair. I haven't even done my cross-examination yet. What do you mean? Alright. Let's think. Put on our thinking caps. Photo was taken by the witness. A little hard to see what's going on. Shoved the victim down and stabbed her in the back. That would explain why there's mud on the scarf. But if she did fall down, wouldn't she have mud all over herself? Well, I want to press first just to see if he gives us any more information. That part of the witness's testimony as well.
Of course it is. He pushed the victim hard in the back, and she fell down right on her stomach.
I remember that happening once myself. It was really brutal. Are you talking about seeing someone get pushed, or were you the one getting pushed? It doesn't mean that you pushed someone down like that one. Mind-boggling tales and the way he said brutal, I wonder if he's... Mia! 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 I wonder if he's Canadian. Huh. Save your nasty look for the right person. Huh? Take a look. Poor baby. The court record seems to have wet itself. Hey! Watch where you spill your coffee. Court record, huh? Must have been when the scarf fell off. Maybe this is what I'm missing. I feel like I have the pieces, but I'm not sure exactly how to put it out there. Like, I've got the scarf, I've got the picture of her not being covered in mud. Oh, I guess that was the right way to do it. Because if the music continues, that means that you fucked up. But the music stopped, so... Is that the crime... at this... At the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down, correct?
Yeah, and fog too. Just a generally soggy atmosphere.
Whip. Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with the soggy atmosphere.
But this is a photo of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk.
Considering the conditions at the scene of the crime, something isn't right.
Well, by all means, please enlighten us as to what isn't right. What is it about this photo of the trunk that doesn't fit with the conditions that day?
Oh, now we can point. Now we can point to something. It's probably gonna be like her chest area, or her stomach. You know, this general area. Naturally, the answer is right here.
The victim's coat. As far as I can see, there's nothing strange about it.
That's exactly what's so strange.
I
said that before it even came up. That's exactly what's strange. Recall the testimony. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? It was drizzling and foggy. Dusky Bridge was all wet. If the victim really had fallen down on her stomach on top of the... on top of the bridge, then the front of her coat should have been covered in mud.
That's exactly right. The other day I fell on a muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was befouled.
Oh my god. I love this Canadian judge. I do admit that the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself was muddy. If Your Honor had fallen in the shower instead of on a muddy street, your glorious hockey beard, pride of the legal league, would be wet but not muddy. Fucking kiss ass.
Fortunately, I've yet to test that. Still, your point is well taken.
Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day? Didn't Gumshoe say that? Oh my fucking god. You told us! You found it on the bridge! You fucking numpty! Surface of the bridge, huh?
Ha, a real man wouldn't stand for a taunt like this.
I am not a man. Neither would a real woman. Yeah, there we go, Mia. Flip. Of course I can. Yeah, you literally gave me the evidence to do so, Bratworth. Here's the evidence that proves the surface of the bridge was muddy. The evidence is this scar. Ah! It should be obvious. If the scarf fell onto the bridge and got this muddy, it means that the bridge was obviously covered in mud. No, I can't be outwitted by this novice bimbo. Edgeworth! How dare you!
Hey, same to you, buddy. Miss Faye's assertion makes perfect sense to me. Apparently, I can't speak it out, though.
I do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction? Huh? For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at what the explanation in this case may be, shall we? Alright. Not like he's really giving me a choice here.
Ha, you're doing pretty well for a little kitten.
Shut up. Mr. Armando!
No matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie.
I mean, a lie is a perfectly reasonable explanation.
It's either the victim discovered in the trunk, the witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim, or the witness's testimony that stated she saw the moment of the murder. Just relax and think it over. Pretty simple, isn't it? False evidence, it's one of those three. What you said just now, I'm not sure I like that.
That wasn't me, Your Honor. It was the coffee aficionado over here that said it. This court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know. Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence into court. But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as the flimsy scam it really is. Yes. The false evidence in this case is the... Well, I doubt you can... I think the photos are legit. It's the lack of testimony. In response to Edgeworth's bimbo line, Nova says, okay, that's it, time to tame a brat. Also, I just realized something. Edgeworth has canonically never lost a case up until Phoenix. That's true. So what do you think that means is gonna happen? It is a no-brainer. Obviously, obviously it's the witness that's suspicious. During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen?
Yeah, that's what the witness told us.
Flip. That testimony is filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all. I almost gave him the regular judge's voice. That's true. It's not just true, it's the truth. There was a truly decisive witness in this case. I'm certain that boy Wonder over there would have called them in the first place. Your Honor, the defense requests to cross-examine the eyewitness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it appears that we'll need to hear from your mystery witness after all. You should brace yourself for the brutal truth. Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from the court. We're prepared to present our witness at any time. Very well. Please bring forth your witness at this time. What Mr. Edgeworth said kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth? This case's brew has already been steeped. I mean, it is in the past. Now let's proceed with the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead. Thank you, Your Honor. Prosecution summons
An ad break! Da-da-da-da!
Ha, totally got you. Bamboozled again. We're back! We're back, and the prosecution summons the woman who sold the events that day with her very own eyes. This is it, Mia. Battle begins here. Witness, what is your name and occupation? Quell, quell, quell. Look who it is. Everyone is so silent that I can hear their hearts going pitter-patter. Oh. When I look at you, how can I put it? You look as scrumptious as a double-double and a dozen donut holes. You know what? I'm out of here. That's it. Nope, you know what? Goodbye. Court is a sham. Double-double does sound good, though. Can't go wrong with a double-double, honestly. Can't go wrong with some donut holes. Feel like I want to hurry up and hand down a verdict just to have a bite. You're just now putting that together? Who's putting what together, and why are we yelling about it? Is that in response to my comment that this court is a sham? Because I've been saying that since day one. Hey, hey, not so fast! As I said before, this witness is very sensitive and delicate. I would ask the court to please exercise care when addressing her. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You are a true gentleman. Miss Faye, you could learn a lot from this man. If he's such a gentleman, he sure doesn't act like one to me. Sir? Hey, yes, my dear. This is my first time, so I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for all the trouble I might cause. Uh-huh. Not at all. It's no trouble at all. Now then, may we please have your name and occupation? My name is, Melissa Foster. Uh-huh. I'm a college student, a freshman in the literature department. You were on the scene when the unfortunate event occurred, correct? And you were the one who took this photo? Is that accurate? Ah, how can you be so mean? I didn't do anything! Now see here, what are you doing shoving that in her face like that? I have a comment that I will keep to myself. Actually, no, I won't. Wouldn't you like to be doing something like that with something else, Your Honor? Huh? Well, it's just a photograph. It's not like it's something dangerous. Next time I'll be forced to penalize you. Uh-oh. I don't like the turn this has taken. Is she staring at me? And you would be? Huh? I'm the defense attorney. My name is Mia Fey. I see. So you are. Now then, young lady, could you please give us your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best. Uh-huh. The witness's photograph. I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Then, I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly, they just started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. And right after that, I called the police. By the way, where were you standing when the incident occurred? I believe the map would be of help here. Look at this fucking map. I was standing right over here. I was standing in a beautiful field surrounded by tall cliffs. Well, okay, well, I guess you could see up to a certain point if it was like a diagonal cone like that, but you could... So you took the photo from that location, eh? I brought the camera I was using at the time, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me to. Ho ho ho, what a cute camera, just like its owner. Shut up, Judge. Melissa Foster took the witness's photo with this small but powerful model. Nova says I has garlic bread. Hell yeah. Alright then, Miss Faye, time for your cross-examination. But I warn you, make the witness cry again and you'll feel the wrath of my gavel. I could not give any less of a shit about you talking about taking pictures and shit. Tired of fighting. Take a photo that shows the crucial moment. Girl. Nope, not that one. I mean, it's an important photo, sure, but I wouldn't call this crucial. They are literally just standing there. Yeah, I wouldn't say that's crucial. Witness? You said you took a photo of the crucial moment. Is this what you meant? All I can see in this photo are two people facing each other. You testified that you saw the two of them starting to fight. Normally, that's the kind of thing we would refer to as a crucial moment. Why haven't you presented a photo like that? Well, you see... The photo we presented was the only one there was. But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, then what happened next? You must have taken a photo of it. Oh! My apologies, young lady. Miss Faye's assertion is not without a certain amount of merit. Thank you. See, the other judge, he would have been like, well, I guess we have to entertain the defense. Blah, blah, blah. At least this guy says there's some merit to it. He can certainly downplay a situation, can't he? I'm sorry. I'm a very bad girl. That's the tip of the iceberg. I used it all up. The film, I mean. You ran out of film! This photo was the last one. What? Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined all of the photographs she took that day. All the photos are of the witness herself playing among the wildflowers. The witness herself? Then who took the photos? Mia, have you never heard of a timer? But girl. Do I have to explain certain aspects of technology to you like I did to some of the olds at one of my jobs today? I had to sit there and explain to them that no. A computer monitor does not need to have the latest Windows update. That is to say, the monitor itself does not get a software update. And no, you can't just remove the laptop from the equation of having two monitors because the laptop screen is way smaller than the other monitor because the laptop is the brain of the computer. You cannot get rid of it. I was just sitting there like, yeah, these monitors are old. We got them in like 2012. And they're probably even older than that because they were donated to us. But like, holy shit. I don't care if you're both like north of 70. Do you not at least get the basics of how this shit works? You've got the part of the computer that's your brain that has all your pieces and bits and bobs and makes the thing run. The screen is just that. It's a screen. It just shows you what's happening. It doesn't have its own brain. It doesn't think. I was so frustrated with the situation, I physically felt myself getting a headache. Because I just could not understand. Like, at some point it has to be willful ignorance, doesn't it? Like, just not wanting to, or giving a shit to learn, like, oh yeah, no. The computer monitor is not, in fact, the brain. This isn't an all-in-one. I can physically feel myself getting a headache again trying to comprehend this, so I'm gonna move on. Well, you see, my camera has a timer feature built into it. So, you took photos of yourself. I remember taking some photos of myself once, too. Judge, what does that mean? Were you showing everybody your hockey stick, eh? Please, no details. It seems that Miss Faye's assertion was not so decisive after all. Wait, just a minute. Well, if she had no film left, she couldn't very well take more pictures, eh? Miss Foster, perhaps then you could tell us about a different sort of photo. Photos of the incident that you took with your very own eyes. Mr. Edgeworth, you're quite the poet. Very well then, let's get back to the cross-examination. Let's hear your thoughts on the fight that you witnessed. Yes, Mr. Judge. Boy, this guy is really a sucker for sweet talk. Ha. Looks like the other kitten in the room is the one that's getting all the attention. Yeah, it's sickening. Using the camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. We've already... okay. On the bridge, they started fighting. The victim turned and tried to run away, but she only got about 10 yards. Before she was stabbed in the back. No, that's not what I want. This one. 10 yards. So that's 5. The bridge is supposed to be what? About 20? Well, if they're going this way, like to the right, like we saw in that little graphic thing before, there's no way that could happen. There's no bridge here. Excuse me? Witness, your testimony is a joke. No, I don't want to do that. Huh? What? But I just... Miss Faye, I thought I warned you not to make the witness cry. One short testimony and 2 bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse. You say there were 2 contradictions. It's simple. Just take a look at the diagram of the area. According to her testimony, the 2 of them were in the middle of the bridge. Oop! Silver streaking! Hello, Raiders! Welcome to the cafe. The courtroom. The combination courtroom cafe. Combination KFC Taco Bell ain't got nothing on us. Occasionally it's a Wendy's when things get very baffling. You know, like, sir, this is a Wendy's? It's also the courtroom? How are we doing tonight, Raiders? Hello, Silver. Hello, BMO. Thanks for stopping on by. What were you up to today? More Expedition 33? Or some Balatro? Or something entirely, and I completely missed the boat. Either way, welcome in. We're happy to have you. I am, as always... Who the fuck am I? I am Barista, a variety-ish visual novel player. Expedition 33 tonight, very close to the end of it. Nice! Love that for you. I did start it a while back. I frankly probably did not get very far, but I tried it. I liked it. Maybe I'll go back to it eventually. Probably not, knowing myself, but it's so good. I've heard. For what I've seen. And the music is pretty good, too. I really like the music. But yeah, Mondays and Thursdays, we generally play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, or the Ace Attorney trilogy right now. Yeah, it's just a satisfying one. Hell yeah. Right now we are in... Well, I can't say the middle. We're... The middle is relative. It's not like we just started and we're nowhere near close to the end of this. So we're in the middle of Case 4 of the 3rd game, Trials and Tribulations. So if you do not want spoilers for this game that is, I don't even remember how many years old, you want to play it yourself or watch somebody else play it, however you want to do it, much as I love having you here, if you want to avoid spoilers, I would recommend leaving. Speaking of, let me double check something. I think it's time for a Well, it looks like that sale has ended, so I guess I can't plug it as hard as I was going to. But if you want to do something like this, or if you want to play the games yourself, they are all available on Steam. The entire Ace Attorney series. The first trilogy, second trilogy, the Investigations duology, the Great Ace Attorney duology, all available on Steam, and they go on sale pretty regularly. I mean, they just came off sale. So if visual novels, mysteries, solving crime, and using your brain is something that's up your alley, I would recommend checking these out. That being said, we are going to continue. So once again, if you don't want to be spoiled, get out. If you don't really care about spoilers and you just want to hang out, well, by all means, I am not going to stop you from doing that. Like Nova says, you can like put the tab on a really low volume and go do something else if you want to, you know, stay and count as a viewer or something. I don't know. I don't understand how that whole thing works. At any rate, Silver, if you have to raid and run, you know, go take care of yourself, get some food, get something to drink, get your meds, go to bed, whatever you gotta do, by all means, feel free to do so. Thank you for bringing everybody by. I really appreciate it. Now, back to the case. And I'm gonna bring back up a problem that I had when we first saw this thing. Like, it lines up. Let me take a look at this crap. Crap. Oh, what's a win that you had today? That is a very good question. What kind of win did I have today? I mean, I right before you guys showed up, I popped off about a very big L that I took today in having to explain how the very basics of how computers and monitors work to a couple of people in their 70s. So that was a fat fucking L. That really sucked. I guess a win that I had today was I got to hype up one of my jobs to a coworker at my other job. I got to do some shameless plugging for upcoming events for that. And I also got to pop off about a cool ancestor of mine who did a whole bunch of neat stuff. Like, he used to do bobsledding, he was a pilot, did a lot of important, or at least was part of a lot of important work for where he lived. So I got to pop off about that a little bit. What about you, chat? What's a win that you've had today? Feel free to share. I'm very curious. I would like to know. Ooh, not me looking that up, LMAO. I mean, for obvious reasons, I'm avoiding names, but I will gladly tell you. I got garlic bread. That is a big fucking W right there. And I very much love that for you. No, it's more fun if I find out. Okay. Well, if you want any the hard way, okay. Well, if you want any hints or anything, just hit me up. I'll give you at least something to go off. Okay, yeah. So if this picture was taken where she says it was, then this makes sense. But I don't think that's how it works. Like I said, if he was running from the police, wouldn't he be on this side of the bridge in the first place? I don't know, this is pissing me off. According to her testimony, the two of them were in the middle of the bridge. But if they were, and the victim had turned around and tried to run, well then... she would have hit a dead end! Also, for those of you who are sticking around, I do all kinds of weird voices that may or may not be any kind of quality. And please believe me when I tell you, this judge is very Canadian. He literally has a line about a double-double and about somebody calling him a hoser. And he says a lot. Like at the end of his sentences. So I promise, I'm not doing a bad Canadian accent for no reason. It's accurate. You said 10 yards, but she couldn't have even ran she couldn't have ran even 5. Because Dusky Bridge is collapsed on that side. Ah! What does all this mean? Very simple, Your Honor. This charming little witness told a charming little lie. That's all there is to it. This beautiful young lady has been lying to the court. Objection! Just a moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor, allow me to personally apologize for the confusion. What do you mean? There's one major mistake in this diagram. What did you say? What are you referring to? Well, because this diagram was made after the incident occurred. A very old bridge. We couldn't find any official blueprints of it. So you're saying? I'm saying that even though the bridge is currently in disrepair... Don't you wink and wag your finger at me. There's no evidence that can prove that the bridge was broken during the incident. That's ridiculous! Can't actually tell the condition of the bridge from the photo. I apologize to the court for not being more clear when I presented the evidence. Huh. That guy is good. Huh? What do you mean? He planned it from the beginning. He's a genius, alright. That diagram of the bridge was his insurance policy. What? That coward. Well, Miss Faye, it seems you've once again made a reckless accusation. I'm so sorry. I should have been more careful myself. No, it wasn't your fault at all. Now then, shall we go on with the trial? I'd like to establish, once and for all, what it was the witness actually saw. Indeed. Indeed. All right, young lady. May I ask you to please proceed with your testimony? But it's so hard to go on. We're all on your side, Miss Foster. There's no need to worry. Just tell us what you saw. Yes, sir. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Then he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw. Witnessing such violence must have been difficult. Yes, sir. I'm still shaken up. If he accepts this testimony as it is, we're finished. Don't say that. Oh well, maybe I'll stop off at my favorite cafe on the way home. They make a really great mocha latte. See guys, this totally couldn't be the other guy. This guy gets lattes. This trial isn't over yet. Huh, that's what I like to hear. All right, Miss Faye, your cross-examination if you please. The contradiction is staring you right in the face, Mia. Go on the attack. Okay, so I have a problem. That was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. Edgeworth was saying at the beginning of the trial that the river is, like, known for being really fast and dangerous, and anything that goes in there can't come back out. Couldn't he have just throw the body in the river? Like, I presented that because that's, like, the only thing that we have that actually shows, like, any scale of anything, like where the river is or anything. The killer not wanting his victim to be found. I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. There was a much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found. Well, what is it? Take another look at the map of the area, and you'll see how. There's a river right below the bridge. Earlier, Mr. Edgeworth pointed out something interesting about the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. Ah! In the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. 10 murders were to occur at that same spot above the Eagle River. You can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body in the water. Order, order, order! Not sure if I care for the way you put that, Miss Faye. But I must admit it does seem odd not to have thrown the body into the river. Well, Mr. Edgeworth. How sad. Perhaps Miss Faye would do well to try taking a dip in the river herself. Excuse me? After all, you claim to be such an expert in the ways of nature. What are you talking about? My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is that this is what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw. Quite true. Miss Faye, it seems that your assertion is without merit after all. But what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous. Objection! Surely you can't deny that the body was found in the trunk of the car. That's certainly consistent with what the witness has told us. Ugh. Please, witness, go on with your testimony. She'll go on with her testimony. We'll go on an ad break. We'll be right back. Frickin' lying so-and-so. We're back! We're back at the combination courtroom, Taco Bell, Wendy's, Café. Is that what we are? Anyway, go on with your testimony. I'll try. All you have to do is tell us only what you saw. Otherwise, the mean lady might yell at you again. Shut up! What's he talking about? Alright, I'll do my best. Uh-huh. Did she change anything? Made her over the car. Broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body there. Let me... Yeah, no. Hang on. Let me validate our parking. Yeah, if she was over here, there's a cliff in the way. How the hell could she have seen the car? Excuse me?
Objection!
Well, Miss Foster, it looks like you've done it this time. Done what? Made a crucial mistake. A crucial mistake? Like what, Miss Faye? Like showing up? The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. You're saying you saw that, right? With your very own eyes? Yes. And? This is an improv class, girl! It's simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at the diagram. The place you claim to have taken the photo from that day is here. Do you see what I mean? Even if you tried to see the car. This outcropping of rock is directly in the way. Ah! That's right, Miss Foster. From where you were standing, you could not have possibly seen the killer's car. Ah! I admit that the diagram shows a large outcropping of rock. However, it isn't so tall that it will stop her from seeing the car. That's right. It's not high at all. I was able to see his car just fine. I'm so sorry, but that just doesn't wash. I believe it was the witness who presented this as evidence to the court, yes? This is the location that the photo was taken from. Your own photo tells the whole story. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge, but the outcropping that is being referred to is really more like a cliff. Ah! Your view should have been completely cut off by this cliff. But still you claim to have been able to see the killer's car. No! Order! Order in the court! What is the meaning of all this ballyhoo? Your Honor, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled in a stolen car was reported on the news. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate that the witness was very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it.
Objection!
But she was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify only about what she saw with her own eyes. Oh. Mr. Judge? What is it? I think I must have remembered things wrong.
Hold it!
Hey, wait a minute. You can't just say that.
Objection!
Miss Faye, no one on the face of the planet is perfect. Yes indeed. Quite true. You know what they say? To err is human, to forgive divine. I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here. Of course you are. What? That's not fair! Huh. Save the tears for later, kitten. Mr. Armando? Don't look back until the trial is over. Now's the time to go forward. But that wasn't fair. Okay, kitten, you need to relax. Then you need to remember the other kitten's testimony. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body there. So tell me, how did she know that? How did she know that he broke into the trunk? Aha! Well, Miss Foster, until you can explain how you knew that, you can have a lot of very suspicious people on this side of the courtroom. Well, witness. Well, I'm certain that he broke into the trunk. Because there were marks left on the trunk lid. Also, no, Silver, you did not get it right. Let me course correct a little bit. When he did some bobsledding, he didn't, to my knowledge, do it on any, like, professional kind of level. But there were newspaper articles written about something that happened during one of his times doing it. I'm certain they were scratch marks from when he broke into it. What? Bruh. Hey, you wanted it on hard mode. If you want more info, you just say the word. That's gonna be hard. Yes, I mean, you said you wanted to do it hard mode, so I'm willing to give you the info if you want it. What? Let me see that photo. It's true. They certainly look like scratch marks around the keyhole. It's obvious that this trunk has been broken open. Well, Miss Faye, are you satisfied? The judge is on her side. I can't make any mistakes here. What she just said, is there a contradiction in there somewhere? It doesn't work. Melissa Foster. It looks like you finally betrayed yourself. What? You said you were in a field taking photos of wildflowers. But even so, you knew about the scratches. The question is when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? Finally got her. Ha! I'm getting pretty tired of waiting over here. Then perhaps it would be faster if Miss Faye explained herself. Your Honor, there's only one possible explanation. The reason the witness had seen the scratches was... Pass by. Oh. Oh. I didn't think about that. Put the corpse in herself. Well, it's obviously not the first one, and they said the car was stolen from a young couple, so it's definitely not that one. There's only one way that the witness had the chance to see those scratches. Yes, what is it? Naturally, when she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. The person who really hid the body in the trunk of that car was Melissa Foster. It was you that did it, wasn't it? That's ridiculous. I could never. It was the man in the prison garb. He's the one that... I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Mr. Falls had been the one that put the corpse in the trunk, he would have simply used the car key. There was no need to break it open. Thank you. That's what I said like over an hour ago. But he stole the car. Yeah, you need the key to run it. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light, which means that the key would have still been in the ignition. Oh, I see. Blip. Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we never would have uncovered the truth. that it couldn't have been Mr. Falls that put the body in the trunk. No! Preposterous. To even suggest that the witness put the body in there. If that were true, then how do you explain the photo that she took? Corpse could have only been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. We already know that at the time she was taking photographs. With a timer. Now's your chance, Mia. Finish this thing. On the contrary, I'm not so certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no need to think too deeply about it. What I'm saying is the shutter for this may not have been pushed by Miss Foster herself. Yeah. Has a timer function. Let's take another look at this camera and see what features it has, shall we? It has a timer built into it, even a mini tripod. Why, it's almost as if she had brought this camera just to take this picture. What are you trying to say then, Miss Fay? And when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed? Well, yes. Well, if she really did use the camera's auto timer, then the answer is yes, she was somewhere else. Exactly, she was not in the field. Would the defense please explain further? Listen, this is a crucial point. Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? In answering that question, we'll also make clear Miss Foster's true identity. Well then, please answer this question. Where was Melissa Foster when the incident on the bridge occurred? Okay, hold on. So we're saying that she put the body in the trunk herself. Like, did she show up early and... I just hit the microphone. Did she show up early, kill the police lady, and then, like, put on her outfit so that when my client came to meet with her, he would see her and think that she was her instead? I don't know what the motive for that would be, but if I'm right, we're playing at and assuming that she's dressed as the victim. That's my theory. That's my current standing theory. Naturally, the witness was right here. But that's where the victim, Miss Hawthorne, was standing. Order, order, order! Miss Fay, what on earth? Your Honor, if I may. After parting with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. Who'll be gone? This would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could only have been before the defendant met the victim. Oh, okay.
Objection!
How asinine. Of course Mr. Falls met with the victim. The only person with the opportunity to put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Harry Falls.
Objection!
Still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness's photo was taken, the victim was already dead. The person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne.
Objection!
What? I've never heard anything more ridiculous in my entire life. Then who exactly is the victim in this photo? Obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness. Whoa, what? The only possible explanation. The woman that Mr. Falls met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you, Melissa Foster. Me? Let's remember that it was raining and foggy on the mountain that day. Mr. Falls himself believed that the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne.
Objection!
But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman whose testimony helped get him convicted.
Objection!
But since then, my client has spent 5 hard years in a federal penitentiary. I couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore. You're just making this up as you go along. Where's your proof? Got it all right here. This piece of evidence will blow this case wide open. At the time of the incident, Mr. Falls had forgotten what Valerie Hawthorne looked like. probably the note, right? Because the note specifically says to wear a scarf so he can figure it out. So he can recognize her. Wear white scarf for identification. Yes. Mr. Falls had forgotten the victim's face. That's why he needed some piece of identification. Namely, this muddy scarf. Ah! It was Mr. Falls who requested that she wear the scarf to identify herself. That's already been proven by the note the victim left. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like he asked, anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Well, what do you have to say to that, Melissa Foster? No. Oh, there she goes. Where's Miss Foster? She's collecting herself in the lobby. Obvious that Melissa Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as the victim. She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them together. The only question is, why did she do it? Well, isn't that obvious? She's the real culprit. Huh. Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again. Until then, this court is in recess. The defense and the prosecution are both to wait in their respective lobbies. Yes, Your Honor. Understood. Very well, this court is in recess. To be continued. So, this is clearly far from over. Save our progress. Part 1, 2, trial. And you know what? I think that's going to be where we're going to call it for tonight. Because it is getting quite late here. And it's like, as much fun as I'm having with this, I don't know how much longer we're going to have. Like how much longer this case is going to go on. So we'll save it. We'll start fresh another day. And we will get back to it on Monday, probably. As far as I know, there's no reason that we won't, but as always, keep your eyes peeled on my socials. And I will post about it, because that's what I do. Sometimes. I usually do. Let's see what we've got. See what everybody's up to. You know what? Check, let's validate our parking. Maybe not. Oh, there's so many cool people doing so many cool things. I think what we're gonna do what we did last time. Actually type in the command correctly. We're gonna go say hi to Aki Orange is Orange. right now she is playing Yakuza 0, but with her own self modeled into the game. So instead of playing as Kiryu, she's playing as herself. And that, I think, is cool as hell. That's like her whole thing. That she's, modded into various games, and that's like her VTuber power type deal. I think it's cool as hell. And I want you guys to see it. Because not only is that cool as hell, Aki is cool as hell. So, we're gonna go say hi. Or not. I'm not the boss of you. But that's where we're going. And like I said, on Monday, barring any circumstances, we will continue this case. See where this whole thing takes us. But until then, thank you all for stopping in. Thank you again, Silver, for the raid. Thank you all for just spending your time here. Until next time, eat some good food, drink some water, get some rest, take your meds, just take care.